Good morning, and welcome to Saturday Sit Down with your guy G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, coming at you live, direct, and correct with some Mo news. That's right, I said Mo news, MO news that you can use, and here we are. Saturday Sit Down, straight barbershop time. Give it up. And before we get started, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers and all the followers that support our channel. Again, like I always say, without you guys, this is all. I always say that this is not possible. So we thank you for your support. We had a great Wednesday. What's up Wednesday last week? We had a chance to come in, man, and just vent, chime in, and give our thoughts about our Dallas Cowboys. And I'm telling you, we had a lot to say. So now we're moving into from the bye week into our game on Monday night. Wait a minute, let me get that. Yeah, so we're moving into Monday night's game, Dallas versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are 2-7. We're 3-5-1. Yeah. But there's some things that we need to talk about, and things that I've did some research and went out so I can bring to you guys, and maybe we can talk about it. So let's get right into the news that you can use. And today we're going to talk about some things that's been reported. First, we're going to get into the Cowboys rave about revamped defensive roster. Then we'll talk about three bold predictions for the Cowboys on Monday night. Then we have audio of Coach Shoddy talking about and speaking on moving forward. Then from there, we'll get into my take on our Dallas Cowboys. And I understand you see the title with the new addition. This is still not enough for the Cowboys. And I'll tell you why. But with that being said, like I'm static and for a reason. Oh, there we go. Hey, it's a short somewhere, but we're gonna figure it out. So let's get right into this. The first report is basically the Cowboys rave about revamped defensive roster. This is from Cowboys on SI. So basically, what it's been reported. This upcoming game will be huge for the Dallas Cowboys, who are coming off their bye week following back-to-back losses. Now 3-5-1, they're in danger of being too far back in the standings to make a run at the postseason. They know they have enough talent on offense to fight for its spot, but their defense has been a question mark. Now, as they prepare for what suddenly becomes an important game, the Cowboys are thankful to see several new faces on defense. Not only do they have defensive tackle Quentin Williams and linebacker Logan Wilson, who were added via trades, but they are up to 4 defenders who could return from injury. And we're talking about Chevron Rebels, and we're talking about DeMarvion Overshown. So this is definitely a plus to have these guys come back and contribute to this defense with this depleted defense. And we're going to talk more about this depleted defense and what's the problem with this defense. But yeah, this is a great addition to have Quentin Williams alongside Osa and Solomon and Kenny Clark. But before we go into that, this also leads us to three bold predictions for the Cowboys on Monday night: Dallas versus Las Vegas. So, yeah, there's been reported that these are the three bold predictions. One, Javonte Williams get into the end zone twice. Yeah. Javonte has scored 9 total touchdowns this season. Getting into the end zone in 8 of 9 games. Man, that's a blessing. In week 9, he was kept from crossing the goal line despite a strong game where he ran for 83 yards on 15 attempts. All right, that's one prediction. Prediction number 2, DeMarvion Overshown records 1 interception, 2 tackles for loss and return. Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be great. But I really think that DeMarvion, Agent Zero, will Agent O. I raised Agent Zero. I can't remember what they call it. Agent Zero. Basically, I know his time might be limited, so within that limited time, this is possible. Prediction number 3: Quentin Williams records 2 sacks in Dallas debut. Yeah. Said along with the return of Overshown, the Dallas defense will have Quentin Williams, Logan Wilson, and Siobhan Rebels Jr. for the first time of the three. Williams is by far the biggest name and will have the greatest impact for the Dallas Cowboys. Give it up. This is great. This is definitely great, man. To know that these are bold predictions, and again, we're playing against the 2-17 guys, and playing against the 2-17 versus our 3-5 means a lot. Not saying that the Raiders are going to lay down and just allow us to come in there and just kick them around and just win big, but this is the tale of two struggling teams trying to bounce back. And I'm gonna tell you something about old man Gino. You let him sit back there long enough, he probably will pick you apart. So this is going to be really, really interesting to see what Matt Eberflus does as far as this lineup that he'll have and how he will present the scheme against the Raiders. Now that leads us into this audio that I have of Coach Shotty. Coach Shotty has an audio basically talking about moving forward and what to expect and the things moving forward from the tragedy of Marshawn Nealon and to that nature. But at the same time, but or like he said, we have to move forward, and basically how you represent or honor Marshawn Nealon is going out and winning. So basically, he said the team had opportunity to kind of hang out and get some free time, shooting some hoops and things like that. But this is something that he said that really caught my attention. And this is what I want to discuss on my take. So let's listen to what he had to say here.
You watched the video, and I think we figured out some things that we really do know that we could do at a high level, and we maybe need to do more of that as a coaching staff. And it's just a chance for you to kind of catch your breath and look back at the video. But the video is so powerful because it tells you, hey, hey, we're not good at this, and so let's stop doing that and let's do more of this. And again, you're right, I'm not going to give you any answers to the test, but there were a number of glowing things that we've learned.
You talked yesterday about Get it for Shotty. I could do a lot of sound effects using what, but I'm gonna give kudos and I'm gonna give props where props are needed and things like that. But I like what he's saying. And you heard what he said. He said the tape. The tape tells me what we can do and what we can't do. You heard it. You heard it. And with that being said, out of the whole 20 minutes, 30 minutes of his interview, this is what got my attention. And this basically what I'm going to jot down on paper and I'm going to show it to Shotty just like this. Shotty, this is what you said. We watch tape. We recognize what we can do and what we shouldn't do, what we should not do. This is what you said. So going into Monday night's game, Cowboy fans, this is what we need to hold Coach Shotty's feet to the fire for. We watched the tape. We saw what we could do, can do, and what we shouldn't do. And I say this because what we've been seeing now, this is my take. We get into my take about our Dallas Cowboys, and this is why I titled this show how I did. But what we haven't seen in the past is the scouting. If you look back at the games we played in the past, it just not, and I'm not necessarily talking about the offense, but there are some issues with the offense I've seen that it's just things that some of our players should know to do, in which they fail to do. But this defensive side of the ball, it just seems to where from the scouting department, our defense looks as if it did not do any studying. Wait a minute, I'll give you one of these. We see it on the field because basically we see players out of position. We see missed tackles, miscommunication, linebackers overrunning gaps, defensive ends not getting to the quarterback like they should. So the scouting part is a very, 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 very crucial part of preparation, which the scouting leads to your preparation. So whatever it is you learned in the classroom from your opponent, now you take to the field to prepare for that. And in the past games, we have not seen that. Now we can look at the 3 wins. The 3 teams that we did win, they was all under 500. Just straight up. They were under 500. We've been here before. The 3 teams that we beat, they were under 500. and our schedule doesn't get any easier. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But now, what you have learned in the classroom and your scouting team, or whatever they have scouted of your opponent, now you bring it to the classroom. From that classroom, you learn about your opponent. You learn about their strengths and you learn about their weaknesses. And whatever their strengths are, you have to be able to counter as a coach. This is not checkers. This is a chess game. This is like who sank my battleship. I played that game as a kid, but I always took playing who sunk my battleship as I took it really serious because I wanted to win. And at an early age, I understood it's about my strategy. How do I move to conquer my opponent's ship? And it was just a little old game. You take the little pegs and you move them, and you move your ship, and then you get hit. If you land right there, you get hit. You put a little red dot on top of your ship. You move again, boom, you get hit. But it's all about your movement in that game, and I always took it serious. And that's basically, I guess, how I became a coach, as far as Pee Wee level in high school. But um, so that is basically what's important for the Dallas Cowboys. The preparation, what you've learned in the classroom, taking it to the field, now putting your players in position to where when they see these formations, we know what to expect. You have a base, but then you have a and a B to counter from that formation. Okay. If I see trips left and I've scouted what they do in trips left, I somewhat have an idea what they can or what they might do out of that. So now, me as a defensive coordinator, I have to call a play that actually counters a trips right or trips left, a 21 personnel, 22 personnel. Okay, so this is what we need to see with our Cowboys. But not only that, once we do the preparations and we get on the field and we play the game, now from that game that we just played, I have to evaluate my players. I have to be honest with myself. It's not because we pay this guy a lot of money that he needs to be on a field. Now, according to Coach Shoddy, he said this is all about competition. This is all about competition. Next man, if you can't do the job, give it the next man. So, regardless who you may be, but if you're not able to do the job, I need the next guy. And if the next man can't do it, I need the next guy. But again, from the game before, that is where you have to evaluate your players. So there's three key components to this game that makes our team successful, which we haven't seen in the past, which our offense is a little bit more fine-tuned in that area as far as moving the ball. But again, we still had some struggles in the last game because we only scored 10 points. But again, that's where you have to make the adjustment. And I'll always continue to say that when there's no one managing a team, this is what it's going to look like. And this is going to be key as well. We need to look and see who's going to be managing this game as we play throughout the night against the Raiders. So these three key components, scouting, preparation, and evaluation, is going to be key. Now, what we just said and what we just heard, Shotty said we watch tape. The tape tells us what we can and what we can't do. So I say that to say there's no more excuses. You take those three key elements, components, put them in place, you have a better chance for your team winning. Okay? And then that leads me to ask the question. Now that we have these new additions, what will this defensive front line look like? Will we go with Kenny and Quentin Williams? Will we go with Olsen and Kenny and then Solomon and Williams? It's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be a rotation, but I wonder what that's going to look like. Will Osa be pushed back to the second group? Or will Osa share time with Kenny and then you have Quentin Williams sharing time with Solomon? That's something we need to keep our eye on. That's something we need to keep our eye on. And we need to watch that throughout the night. Will we see Quentin and Kenny out there at the same time with Osa going with Solomon behind them? Again, it's all competition. I'm sorry, I'm not your friend. This is business. I have to get this team back to 500, and I got to do it by all means necessary. And if that means I have to sit you to bring that, well, and I got to give big shout out to Clayton Adams. for benching Terrence Steele and bringing in Nathan Thomas. That's what it's about. If you can't do the job, next man up. Now, which that leads me into after this game. If you, as you can see down below, my subtitle: you lose, you're done. And there's a reason I say that, because basically, let me show you why I say that. These are the remaining games that we have. Okay, these are the remaining games. After this, look, Sunday, 23rd, we got the Eagles, and 4 days later, we turn around with the Chiefs. Then after the Chiefs, on December 4th, we got the Lions. And you see the rest. We see the rest. But the next 1, 2, 3, after this game, it will be the telltale sign. So this game, playing against a 2-7 team, and I'm not putting anything past the Vegas Raiders, but at the same time, they're 2-7 for a reason. They're just as bad as we are. Is it the players? Is it the coaching? But they're experiencing the same situation we're experiencing. So now this game is basically the bottom feeder game. To be honest with you, I mean, let's keep it 100, y'all. It's the bottom feeder game. And I looked at the injury report for the Raiders, and basically there's nothing really to be concerned with. Like all their starters going to be there. I think at one time they had a couple of linemen that were out, but when I looked at the report, looked like they're all going to be there. So that's the remaining games that we have. But after this week and how we do this week, according to Coach Shoddy, we watch the tape. We know what we can do, what we can't do. Listen, I'm just an observer. I observe, I listen, I report. That's where I am now. Because by being an observer, it's easy on my mentality. Okay? But let me say this here. Execution should be the focal point for the Dallas Cowboys. Execution should be the focal point for the Dallas Cowboys. Nothing else. We have to execute. We got to know where the first down marker is. We got to get in field goal range. We have to execute inside the 20. We have to be able to go 3 and out on defense. We have to be able to keep the opponent in their territory, and we got to continue to play in their territory. Continue to play with a short field. That is the name of the game. That's always been my philosophy. Keep the opponent in their territory, continue to play in their territory. We shouldn't have to go 99 yards. I want to go 40 yards. I want to go 40 yards for a touchdown. I want to go 30 yards for a touchdown. I don't want to go no more than 50 yards for a touchdown. And how do you do that? You get a defense that knows how to play, go in there, punch them in the mouth, go 3 and out, make them punt. Special teams, you get us in a good field position every time, because you are the third phase of this team. Special team. We need not just blocking. We need well executed blocks to get our punt returner in good field position. You don't just look at the special team as, oh, well, change of possession. No, it's their job to get this ball across the 50 every time. So again, execution should be the focal point for the Cowboys. Now, let me tell you, right now, the Raiders know that they're not in contention, but now they have a crowd that is. And let me say this first also. Big shout out to One Star One Family. I know they're down there. They're doing, I'm sure they're getting ready for their tailgate. I know they're doing their takeover at New York, New York. If you're watching this, if you're in New York, I think somebody who was that down there. Oh, I think Tony Trackhawk. Tony Trackhawk, I think he's going to be in Vegas, and someone else is there. But I told him give DJ Kyle and Sherry Godmother a big shout out, hello for me. We weren't able to make it this year, anniversary weekend, anniversary week this week. So we got some other plans, but big shout out to One Star, One Family. Hope to see all you guys, see some video of all you guys taking over Las Vegas once again, like we did last year. So again, guys, the Raiders will be playing the spoilers. They will be playing the spoilers, so that the spoiler team, they will be trying to spoil anything that we're trying to do. So it's up to our coaches to scout, prepare, and evaluate. And that equals success. So we'll see. But personally, I still don't think it's enough. Until they add these key components to the game and we see progress. 31 years, still no ring. And I think we all know what the problem is. And until we get serious about our draft picks and be serious about bringing in the right individuals in this organization, well, this is probably what we're going to continue to see. But anyway, man, that's all I have for you, man. Thank you again for hanging out with me on this Saturday morning, man. I got things I got to get going. Get ready. Well, not really. Not just one of those chill days. Watch some college football. Matter of fact, I got to go watch my Texas Tech Red Raiders. Yeah, track home. You already know we're doing our thing this morning. So, with that being said, guys, do me a favor, man. Hit the like button. Make sure you, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe because majority of the people that watch our video, they're not even subscribers. So, if you're not a subscriber, just hit the subscribe button below, and also hit the notification bell so you will be notified when the next video is posted. So, again, thank you guys. Again, this is nothing for clickbait. This is just a Cowboy fan bringing news that you can use. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Like I always say, continue to stay safe, continue to be blessed, and whatever you do, continue to be kind. We need so much more of it. All right, deuces, guys. Take care.